Well, hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back to Wargame Wait a minute. No, this is Wargame European Escalation. I'm returning back to finish up and replay some of the campaigns that I played earlier in the channel history, and I'm going to try to complete them all as we go all the way through each campaign. Looks like there's a total of 5 or 6 of them. Let's see, 2, 4, 5 total campaigns, including Brüder, gegen Brüder, Dabrowski's Marazuka, Able Archer, Wasteland, and Fatal Error. We're going to start at the top with the Germans and Panzer Brigade 2 and work our way all the way down through them. It should take a while, and I would say that European Escalation has probably the best campaign in the entire Wargame series. It's a very linear campaign. The others are dynamic, and of course Red Dragon elaborates on the change in ALB to be more of a dynamic campaign, but Wargame European Escalation develops a story that has always had my heart. So as you can see, there's command stars next to each of these. Most of them I have full command stars. Some missions I've never even completed, including the ones from Wasteland, and some I wasn't able to get any stars at all or haven't just completed, like the last mission here, Escalation. So it revolves around doing secondary objectives and completing things in certain time limits, and it's quite difficult. So we'll get into it with Brüder gegen Brüder, which basically means brother versus brother, or brother against brother in German. Of course, East and West Germany having a little bit of a battle. We'll watch the cutscene, we'll get into it. The first few missions are more of a tutorial, so it'll explain a little bit how to play the game and explain what ATGMs do and what AA does, and after that, we'll have some fun. So it's throughout the campaign, and I'll read it all, so if you're familiar or unfamiliar with the game, we're going to all have a little bit of a refreshing tutorial, and even though I've been playing through 3 entire games, this will be my ultimate challenge. Here we go. Alright, so by the way, this is our setup for the vehicles that we get at the start of each mission. We'll have access to Martyr VTS-1s. We also have Lepers, Lucius, Kurs, Jupiters, and an American fob as well. We'll launch and we'll get into it. Here we go.
April 12, 1975. Fall of Phnom Penh. The Khmer Rouge seizes power. April 30th, 1975. Fall of Saigon. The United States Embassy is evacuated. May 1975. Start of tensions between Cambodia and Vietnam. China and the USSR fight for control of Southeast Asia through their respective allies. July 17, 1975. The Apollo-Soyuz space mission underlines the U.S.-Soviet policy of détente. August 1st, 1975. Signature of the Helsinki Accords to try to calm East-West tensions. December 19, 1975. The East German soldier Werner Weinhold deserts to the west, killing 2 border guards during his escape. December 20th, 1975. The GDR demands the extradition of Weinhold to answer for the double murder. Bonn refuses. December 21st, 1975. Border guards are on high alert on both sides of the Iron Curtain. Tension is at its peak between the 2 Germanys. Border guards have reported a skirmish in the area of Grafhorst. West German intelligence has detected movement from Panzerausbildungsregiment 19 not far from the border. The Panzer Brigade 2 is put on alert. Border guards have confirmed a violation of the territory of the Federal Republic by the East Germans. The Chancellery in Bonn declares a state of war.
Alright, we begin with the Iron Curtain. Obviously, East German upset about Werner Weinhold not being returned to East Germany after his crimes in crossing this border here, the Iron Curtain.
Infiltration in the area of Grafhorst. At least 1 mechanized battalion. Armored units have been spotted crossing the Iron Curtain at the crossing point. A border guard patrol group has reported being under enemy fire. It sounds like they need help.
Alright, so it's up to the Panzer Brigade 2 to assist against those KPZ T-3485Ms that are crossing the border. Leopard 1A1s are on station here. and we'll get right into the battle. The mission starts with a little bit of an explanation of how to control the camera, I believe, and it shouldn't be too big of a deal in order to remember exactly how to play European Escalation. This is one of my first times coming back and playing in quite a long time, so let's get right to it. We'll go ahead and start by moving our tanks up here, and it says the mouse wheel zooms in and out. Press and hold to rotate or change camera angles. Eliminate enemy breakthrough in Charlie sector. So we'll zoom right up here with our Leopard 1A1s. And one thing I can remember about Wargame European Escalation is it's so much more fun to zoom in on vehicles in this game. It's more focused on tank combat than any other previous Wargame. In fact, I would say Red Dragon is mostly about the infantry and combining infantry and mechanized assaults together. Wargame European Escalation is all about the heavy tank battles, and ALB seems to be a little bit of a combination of air power and quick movements with infantry. Alright, so our 1A1s are already starting to hit targets here. We've got Kesse and everyone else a part of the group. Activate the info units button to see the characteristics. Obviously, the Leopard 1A1 with a 1925 range greatly outranges that of the T-3485. The precision value given for its maximum range of a weapon increases when approaching a target. Shooting while moving decreases accuracy dramatically unless equipped with a good stabilizer. AP, or armor piercing value, indicates weapons' ability to penetrate armor at maximum range. HE value indicates the strength of anti-personnel weapons regardless of range. So obviously then HE rounds much more effective at any range than an AP round, which is more effective at a closer range. T-3485 is trying to come up here and engage. You can see it's on fire. Our troops here hidden a little bit by the tree line, and that tank is taken out. Get back onto the road then and take the crossroads. Enemy armor in this sector is still needing to be eliminated on the bridge, and it looks like our tanks are well aware of that. Alright, they're engaging at range next to the Iron Curtain here. T-3485s. Looks like they've several vehicles on the bridge have been destroyed with conflicts with border guards, and you can see some destroyed M113s here, or whatever the Germans may call them. Final tank destroyed, Iron Curtain there, a very intimidating structure going down the entirety of this river, my god. Depending on their density, certain types of terrain may hide units. Once hidden, a unit starts to blink. Let's go ahead and have our tanks take cover here. BGS groups are moving up. German Recon, equipped with AT grenades and standard frag grenades. In this game, units did get grenades. They had AT and anti-personnel grenades as well. Kind of a cartoonish animation when they throw them, but it reminds you of Ruse when you see that happen. By the way, the team behind European Escalation also was behind Ruse as well, and Act of War, which is now, of course, Act of Aggression, a combination of, it seems like, a few things. Reconnaissance units are indicated by the symbol of binoculars. They have superior optics and special training to enable them to spot hidden enemy units. Recon units are stealthier than regular units and can spot enemies from afar. Alright, let's go ahead and recon the sector up here, which is our next objective. Recon Bravo sector. So we'll move up there. Actually, we'll just kind of get a little closer than that. Alright, looks like we already spotted several enemy units here. You can kind of see the indentation in the grass for those units just being parked there. You can also see some other husks from BTR-60Bs. Recon Bravo sector is completed. It looks like more T-34s on the way here, oh, no, looks like they're all just parked around the bridge. Alright, time for the 1A1s to come up and deal out some damage. Good thing is we don't even have to get that close with these 1A1s. Push back the NVA breakthrough in the Bravo sector. NVA does not stand for North Vietnamese Army. It stands for something else, so for those of you who are German and are familiar with that, drop the F.A.Q down below. And let's see, we've got T-34s almost within range here. We're just going to wait until we get right within range, and then we're going to have our units stop. As soon as we see that targeting reticle, there we are. Now the great thing about these 1A1s is we don't even have to get hit by enemy units. Oh, it looks like they're trying to jockey a little bit. They're going to get a side hit. There you go. One T-34 down. The other one pushing the carcass of the other tank out of the way and heading right into our troops. Took a hit there. 105mm of ours is firing at this 85mm. And a hit on that. Another T-34 trying to head down the road. Lepers are blocking the way. Let's go ahead and turn towards our enemy. And he's down. Alright, we'll make our way to the bridge and secure the crossroads and destroy that T-34 there that's trying to violate our sovereignty here. Bridges, by the way, units not amphibious here, so bridges are the most important thing in the game. And there's really no way to get across, period. There's no way to get across rivers without using bridges. There, even though some of these units may be amphibious, they just it just doesn't work. It's not been implemented into this game, and really wasn't implemented until Red Dragon. Leopard 1A1's getting ready to engage that tank there. Ooh, did they hit it? Nope. We'll get a little closer to see what's up. We do have approval, by the way, to I think cross into this territory. It's not limited by our all of the areas with static are not our battle zone or battle sector or whatever you want to call it. Kurz here is firing at that T-34 there that seems to be hiding. I don't know where else enemy units could be. We'll put the Kurz right there and have them watch the bridge. Autocannon versus the T-34 is probably a pretty even match. In fact, may favor the autocannon. Since the autocannon can continuously fire, it may hit the T-34 and damage it, damaging its optics or ability to even the T-34 has a firing computer, which I assume is an abacus. But we're going to look around for enemy units here while the Kurz blocks the bridge. That actually may have been the unit that we needed to destroy, and he's retreated back into East Germany. And according to our orders, we can chase him, so let's go ahead and do that. I don't see any other units around that are just outright exposed, and I don't really think anybody's in the woods. Otherwise, we would have seen them long ago. We're going to stick our units together, so Leopard 1A1s will stay with the Recon. Then we went on that little kind of that offensive mission there, but let's go ahead and cross the bridge, and we're on the way. Leopard 1A1s have a max speed of 55 kilometers an hour, 3 frontal armor, basically no side armor, no stabilizer, and it's all basically a manual tank. Oh, wait a minute, there we go. Hello, beautiful. Secondary objectives are not required to complete a mission, but they earn you more command stars. Destroy the NVA's HQ set up at the checkpoint. Let's go ahead and pop this guy right now. And let's not go any further without our recon. We have not yet secured the sector here, but we can go into East Germany and destroy the NVA's HQ set up at the checkpoint, which is Oberstfeld checkpoint right here, with an American Hemmet parked in the parking lot. I guess East Germans got access to that. Alright, the Kurz is moving up. Let's go ahead and move up across into through the Iron Curtain. Wow, very intimidating structure. Look at all those tank traps. Wow. Alright, right through that checkpoint. Tanks have arrived. Looks like we've spotted a couple of enemy recon units. Looks like SPW-40As, or PAs, with a Dishka 12.7mm and an unarmed UAZ. Looks like ambush. We've got an ambush here. SPW-40Bs with Grenzers times 15 on that left side. Kurz is engaging with its autocannon. Tanks are firing off on the SPWs. Internal ammo explosion on one of the SPW-40Bs. Autocannon still engaging. Apparently one of our tanks looks like it's on fire, but it's just parked in the carcass of a T-34. Or it's straight from hell. It doesn't matter, the East Germans are about to meet hell. Unfortunately, we were having to kill some of our brethren here. But it is necessary to secure the border. An unfortunate circumstance. Grenzers are getting a little too close for comfort. They do have anti-tank weapons, I believe. 82mm AT weapons on them. That's not something we want to meet here. Just 2 of them left. Now the 1A1s do not have machine guns on them. They only have their main cannons, so they have to be extremely accurate with their hit in order to stop these troops here. That was lucky. Grenzer there being targeted by that autocannon. He can't fire as he's stunned. Leopard 1A1s stand firm. Alright, we've got some upgrades here. We've got some veterancy, I should say. Kammer, Kess, Mobius, and Jokic. Oh, I hope not. So they're a little bit more skilled now from the units that they've been destroying. I'm going to send the Kurs up to make sure that everything looks good. And with the capturing of this FOB, it says enemy FOB and supply trucks may be captured by bringing a combat unit close to them. So as soon as we've killed everyone around this FOB, we'll be able to reap its benefit. SPW's seeing our advancing troops and getting out of there. Going to go ahead and advance with the Leopard then. The Leopard 1A1, very cool tank. You get a lot of them. The only trouble with it is, yeah, it doesn't have a machine gun, so it really can't do much against infantry. It's only really to take out vehicles at range. Vehicles, of course, that are pretty much from the 40s. And this unit was designed in the 70s, I believe. 60s, 70s, maybe. Alright, we're going to go ahead and... There we are. We're going to go ahead and advance then on that... Oh, you know, we don't have to do that. We can shoot right through the woods. Our optics are good enough to see through there and target those SPWs that continue to rout. Ooh, they almost got destroyed there. The Kurs, by the way, low on autocannon rounds. Let's go ahead and stay away from the woods. You never know where enemy troops may be in the woods, so you want to stay well away from the woods. Even if you have recon, it's just best to stay away. The Leos are low on ammo, so the capturing of this FOB is necessary. We're moving, so our stabilizer is not good enough to hit that unit yet, and there it goes. We're going to refuel and fix any damaged armor, which apparently we do not have any damage. Critical on the Leopards, and probably on the Kurs was for a second too. So we're going to go ahead and stop that. And by the way, just as in Blitzkrieg, if any of you kind Germans or those who speak German would like to tell us all about what they're saying when you click on them, please do. Yeah. Alright, so the Leopard 1A1s are almost fully rearmed. They've got all the fuel they need, which is in the lower left above the Leo 1A1 marker, or the designation of that tank. 160 rounds, there we are, between the 4 tanks, so 160 divided by 4 is the number of rounds that unit can carry, and it does not specify whether or not it's AP or HE. Basically, an AP round on a tank, if it needs to fire on a tank, it just counts as one standard round. So if these 4 tanks have to engage infantry then tanks, 160 is basically the universal round that it's firing, whatever it needs really. Okay, so anyway, looking at these Leos, by the way, they do have an HE power of 3 and an AP power of 5, so a little less effective against infantry than they would be against any sort of armored vehicle. And rate of fire is 7 per minute, as where the rate of fire of the autocannon is 250 per minute with an accuracy of 1. Even with that, the Leo 1A1s are more accurate. Interesting, by the way, the autocannon accuracy is so poor, even though it's a recon unit. You'd think they'd be able to zoom in and do what they needed to do against enemy units, but that's not the case. Autocannons are all different, of course, too. Alright, we'll keep them on the main road. There's probably an ambush up here planned, so... Actually, you know what? I'm going to stick closer to the river. That means if we drive up here, they can come from here, here, and here. But if we stay down towards the river, they can pretty much only engage us from 2 sectors, the tree line and out in the open field. And since our recon doesn't see anything, it's probably pretty safe to go up. So we're going to push back the NVA breakthrough in Bravo sector now. Let's get up there. And I believe we get a bonus if we do not lose any units as well, so we're going to have to try to be very careful with our units and not lose anything. Alright, we're not seeing anything yet. Keeping our recon with our tanks. Moving up to the next line. And we'll just continue to shoot and scoot if we see anything. Looking for anything coming down that road, anything hidden in the tree line, anything out in the open over here that may... Oh, there we go, T-55 spotted there in the woods. They finally see us now. Kurs, get back, brother. Can't take a hit like that. KPZ T-55s are engaging there from the tree line. Leo 1A1s are moving up to try to engage, get a better shot at them. They've stopped. T-55's getting a shot off. No hit there. Worried, though, on one of them. Destroyed T-55. KPZ T-55 is getting ready to load after its buddy was destroyed. And a nice hit from the rest of the Leos there. Still, enemy units remain in the sector. Have no idea where they could be. Oh, SPW-60 PBs are coming out of the woods. Gonna move up to engage them. Let's get all the way out into the open so they can't hide. 2 of those SBs rather are destroyed, and the 3rd one goes down as well. If we're in the middle of this wheat field or what have you, the better it is. Now, there we are, motor chutes, and I knew there'd be, if there's infantry transports, there's probably infantry around. Those guys don't even stand a chance, unfortunately. Not at this range. Motor chutes are very capable units, though. There we are. Sector is clear. 2 Jupiter trucks, it seems, that are now under our control. And we'll go ahead and have them move towards the center. The deployment menu can be opened using the button in the upper left. Select units and place them on the field so they can enter battlefield from the nearest reinforcement zone. Typical stuff. So obviously, let's see, destroy enemy bridgehead in Alpha Sector. Your battle group is persistent. The units regain the experience, retain the experience gained, and losses are final. Command stars you earn for each objective will enable you to unlock new units. Yes, in this game, you had to unlock every unit by playing the game. You can also play multiplayer games to earn command stars and unlock units as well. So you didn't start with anything, really. Oh, looks like an attack is coming down the road. T-55 will get this Kurz out of the way. There we are, another T-55 destroyed. A much more capable tank and has greater range than the T-34. We'll have the Jupiters move up here, and we have access to additional tanks. I think we're going to get some more of these very capable 1A1s. And also grab ourselves a couple of Recon, which includes the Lucius. That's right, the Lukes. Alright, perfect. So more tanks and more Recon. That's perfect for what we're trying to do here. The Kurz is parked and going to be rearmed here in a second. We'll get the Leos back too. Resupply areas are pretty good, pretty large. Logistic trucks supply your units with ammunition, fuel, and repair damage to nearby units. Okay, these guys are getting very skilled, by the way, these 1A1s. So those are going to be very capable units, and units that we're going to want to go in first to the battle. As soon as our whole tank group is together. Now, obviously, destroy the enemy bridgehead in Alpha Sector. I mean, looking at this, where do you think the enemy is? There's probably some troops here in this building. There's probably some tanks here, and there's a giant tree line here, as well as just the village itself. That's literally a fortress. If we go on the left, there's several lines. And our Recon would probably be better at seeing that, as we could hide over here and kind of sneak close to see what's here, rather than advancing from the open field. And so I like European Escalation. Gives you a little extra time to think about your moves and everything like that. ALB and Red Dragon are so fast-paced that there's really not a lot of time for any sort of lollygagging and or tactical planning. Wow, there's just a huge amount of fire here from the HE shells from earlier. Almost seems like we're firing like HE napalm shells. Alright, let's go ahead and have these Leo 1A1s head onto the road, and we'll have the Lucius go up for Recon. And hopefully no other units engage us. T-55s, I believe, have a comparable range to the Leopard 1A1, so it's not a unit to be trifled with. And we do see T-34-85Ms there next to this large manufacturing factory here, whatever building that happens to be. Let's see, rough ground for the Leos. Let's go ahead and move up then with the Leos. We're going to move up here and here and keep our Recon on the flank and behind them. I believe Recon has a greater range than the firing range, so anything that we can do to help out the Leo 1A1s, the better. Okay, BMP-1, SP-1 has ATGMs, Malyuka, accuracy of 4, but extremely deadly and harmful if it's to hit the front of a tank even. Let's move in on that unit first. Kurz will stay in support and watch the flank as well. He can take out that T-34, but he's going to need some help from the tanks. No. Engage the SP-1. SP-1. As soon as he hasn't even, he did a direct hit on one of the tanks, but he did not fire his ATGM, which is good. Only 2 damage to the frontal armor there. And the SP-1, another hit. And he's routing, there you go. Alright, so very capable unit. Even the troop transports of the East Germans are deadly and capable of destroying our units. Alright. Luke's moving up. Oh, unit spotted here. Looks like possibly T-55. Troop transports. And an SP-1. Very deadly unit. They do have Recon with them, so they could spot our Lucius. We're going to go ahead and repair this 1A1 that was damaged and get everybody else rearmed. And there is that T-34 on the right side there. We're going to keep... Ooh, wait a minute. The enemy is attacking. Alright, we got to get repaired up quick. Great thing about the Lucius here is that he can quickly move into an area, recon it, and then get the hell out of there before the enemy even really can complete their attack or even start it. As you can see now, we've had enough visual range to give the Leo 1A1s warning and to keep them in sort of a protected area where it's going to be very difficult for the enemy to attack us without us seeing it. Alright, so the Jupiter is still repairing here. It's probably not going to bring this tank to full repair. But BMP-1, oh, this is great. If they attack us, this is going to greatly benefit us because we'll have a better chance of sustaining life during this attack and not getting taken down. Alright, BMP SP-1 is going to be the first unit we're going to want to take down with the tanks. He's going to try to fire his ATGM at the Lucius. If we take out their recon, though, they're blinded, which makes their ATGM pretty ineffective. SPWs are coming up. 1A1s are tackling it. We've got 8 cannons firing against the enemy. That's much better than 4. That is for sure. Damn, those SP1s are just so good at hitting. They can land shots better than the T-34s did. Okay, we've taken their flank. I don't even see that T-34 that was on the flank. Oh, that's because it's dead. There's the flaming wreck of it. We did get that earlier. And you can see all the flaming wrecks and shell impact craters from the earlier attempts to try to kill those units. It's time now to tighten the noose. The enemy, you'd think, could sneak around us, but I don't think they're really capable of that. In the meantime, we're going to keep the Jupiter back and bring up the Kurs. And we could bring our supply trucks all the way back to the FOB and bring them back, but that's going to be a little bit more trouble than it's worth, in my opinion. So we're going to just move up with the Lucius and the Leos, and the Kurs is a little slower, a little less armored, so we're going to keep that in the back for more of a flank security here, and then also to watch the rear, which, you know, there's probably nothing going to happen. Famous last words. BMP SP-1, again, a heavy hitter. Good unit. If we can't hit him first, he's going to have the opportunity to fire his gun. If we can hit him, though, it'll stun him. 8 of these tanks can't even hit him. There we go, routed and destroyed. Alright, keep those Leos on the move. Lucius way up here. Nice to have him that far ahead of the pack. Leo 1A1s are going to try to take the flank here. Don't want to get too close to this sector at all. We want to stay away. There could be infantry, there could be tanks, and we want to make sure we can see them first. So we're going to have the Lucius come around. We'll keep out of the tree line, but we'll hug the tree line and try to move all the way to this hedge here where we can see any more units that could be hiding and or any attacks that are coming our way. Alright, we're going to move in a little closer now. No units spotted as of yet. They've got to be hiding inside the town. Very tense moment for our tanks. Unit spotted there, 2 T-55s. Inefficient on the Lucius. Get out of there. Alright, they're trying to fire at our Recon. Obviously the first best target for any tanks like that. Got to show them frontal armor. Turning towards them. No hits yet. T-55s have been panicked by the shelling of the Leo 1A1s. Alright, full guns against them, all 8 guns. T-55s are routing one, T-55 destroyed, the other one continues to route through the tree line. Critical impact, optical failure, 117 seconds, unit destroyed. Let's go ahead and move in then on that tree line a little bit more. Let's bring that Lucius back up. Thank God we got them out of there. They cannot compete in a fight like that. They may be okay against T-34s. Their range is 1575 though, which is equal to the T-34, so it's going to be an equal match battle. But I bet the T-34 will win with its armor. Getting a little too close to this. No. Oh, yep. Okay. All right, we've had 8 T weapons fire from out of the woods. Motor shoots and spotted by the Recon. Look at how close that Recon had to get in order to spot those units hidden in the woods. So obviously, if Recon's with you, it has to be extremely close, and it's an extremely valuable yet extremely vulnerable unit that seems to end up dying first every time. So it's like every time you attack, you have to replenish your Recon, and losing Recon time and time again really will hurt your attack. Alright, so there's got to be more in these woods. Lucius sees nothing at the moment. Oh! T-34 up there, 2 T-34s. Looks like they may have gotten a side shot on one of the tanks. No, not exactly. Motor shoots and spotted as well. Let's go ahead and have the Lucius engage those T-34s. That'll hurt their firing ability. 105 destroying. Oh, both of those tanks down. Motor shoots and on the run, possibly. Looks like the whole squad here is in an ambush position next to the road, but we spotted them down to 4 men. Looks like that enemy is stunned and outgunned. Alright, there still remains some enemy units. I'm not exactly sure where they could be. Recon not spotting anything. Let's go ahead and work our way out to the middle of this field now. Kerr's not spotting anything. There's a UAZ, unarmed Recon there. 8 tanks and 2 Lucius against an unarmed UAZ. I hope we have the advantage here. There we go, finally. Wow, look at all those tank hits, even at that blank range. By the way, this was the city of Grafhorst, which they do actually name the villages and such in the game, which makes it feel a little bit more than just, you know, vague random village 114, that kind of thing.
The resistance at Urbisfelde has contained the first assault, but NVA mechanized columns managed to break through at other points.
Alright, so the attack, the assault, the battle continues here in Wargame European Escalation. Boy, it even feels weird to say that. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Thanks for all the support, all the likes and everything you give down below. That is the ultimate victory for us all, going back and enjoying games like this, which kicked off our recent favorite of Wargame Red Dragon. So, eliminate the enemy, breakthrough in Charlie, Recon Bravo, push back the NVA in Bravo, destroy the bridgehead, and then the 2 objectives of the HQ and avoiding any losses in command. Obviously, wow, some of these tanks, Kessie, Mobius, Kammer, Juckish, oh wow, all of them got some sort of kill. Even the damn Luce and the Kerrs did too. Alright, awesome. So experience acquired gets carried over to the next battle, which is going to be quite a doozy, and it's great that we have at least 1A1s that are a little bit more capable of hitting enemy units. So we're going to move on to the next mission. I'll see you guys then, and until next time, keep your passwords and your pimp hands strong. I'll see you. Bye.